the keepers. Yeah, the keepers. We got Dubravka, who's predicted to be the highest point scorer. That predicted is coming from game week 17 to game week 20. So it's like the next 4 game weeks. And then it's ranked with Dubravka, and then Sanchez second, David Raya, Emil Martinez, Allison, and Vicaro. I think Dubravka is an interesting one because this guy's conceded 6 goals in 2 games now. Excuse me, guys. Sorry, I'm still recovering from my sickness I was telling you about last week, which is why we didn't record. Sorry, guys. Yeah, man. Sanchez, I thought is what everybody was going to go for from game week 16. But Dubravka was, I think, an opportunity we all couldn't really resist. And then David Raya, I think, is just, he's, if you've got the money for it. Emil Martinez has gone up. He's 5.0 now, but he's had 2 clean sheets in the past 2 games against the top teams. So that's impressive. Allison, we're not sure if he's back yet. And then Vicaro's also almost had a clean sheet against Newcastle. Yeah. I don't know if I believe these things, though. This is everybody we've been talking about who hasn't been getting clean sheets.
Okay, look, I mean, Martinez got 2 clean sheets against 2 good teams.
Yeah.
But, looking at their record for the rest of the season, it wasn't good either. I mean, they also didn't have that many clean sheets for the season. I think he's got like 4 for the entire season. Yeah, he's got 4, which is, they're doing really well. But for a team that's doing really well, only 4 clean sheets, it's not really that good. So if we look at who have the most clean sheets, number 1 is Pope with 6. And then second, number 1, Pope, is injured long term. We all know that. That's why everybody was jumping on Dubravka. Number 2 on the clean sheets list, and there's a whole bunch of them at number 2 with 5 clean sheets. There's 4 of them. 1, Johnston, who just got injured in the Liverpool game. So we don't know how long he's going to be out for. A lot of people have Johnston. Third is our old friend Pickford. Goba, your friend Pickford is number 3. Yeah. Leno from Fulham. Leno from Fulham, people. This. And then our good friend Onana from United is there tied at second with also 5 clean sheets. So that's it. Those are the goalkeepers with the most clean sheets with 5. And those teams that I just mentioned now, literally, Pickford, Leno. Okay, there might be a few people with Onana, but probably those people are not active anyway. They probably just gave up, because since United was so shitty. But Pickford, Leno, and Onana, nobody are picking those guys.
Nah.
They probably sold them a long time ago.
Nah. And
gave up on Pickford.
This is the reason why people have gone for the Areolas and the Dubravkas. It's because it's I'm not spending 5 million on a guy who's not going to be getting me clean sheets. I'd rather be spending 4.2, 4.1, 4.0.
Yeah, like an Edison or an Allison.
And know that I'm not going to get my clean sheet, or hope that I can at least get my clean sheet. So I don't blame people getting it. When it comes to talking safe as to who's going to play, I think right now, before the January transfer, Dubravka's going to be playing. I think January window comes, I don't see them. I don't know. I think they might get a new goalkeeper. I'm not sure about Sanchez anymore because Sanchez got substituted in the game at the 84th minute or something like that. So now it's I don't know. I really don't know about Chelsea. David Raya is being the Arsenal guy. He is number 1. But do you really want to spend 4.9 on your keeper? he is a safe pick. Emil Martinez, safe pick, definitely not going to play. Allison, right now, I would wait until he plays. I would really wait until he plays. And then Vicaro, no,
Allison did play on the weekend, so
against
he did play. Crystal Palace.
Really?
Yeah, he was there. He did play.
I didn't watch the game.
So he's back. But with Liverpool this season, I think they've only had like one clean sheet. If I'm not mistaken. No, sorry, my bad. 4. They've had 4 clean sheets. So yeah, so it's even that in itself is not really a good omen. So
and no one's gonna be spending 5.6 on a freaking goalkeeper, dog.
Yeah, I don't think so. Look, I mean, I don't blame people for going for Dubravka to save some money, or even yet Sanchez. But all the other goalkeepers on this list are pretty much expensive. They're all, it's either above 5 million, pretty much. I mean, look, you could, if you really wanted to take a chances, maybe a Pickford. Pickford is 4.4. I mean, they're looking really solid there at the back. Their manager Daesh is gotten them, defensive like how we did with Burnley. Remember how tough Burnley were to sort of like break down? He's got them at that sort of level now, and it's not that bad.
You've been talking to Gordon.
I know, Pickford. I know. I just said a pint. I'm not finished. There are others. There are others. I mean, another one you could look at is probably Vicario. He's not bad. Yes, they concede goals, but what he can give you is he does make saves, so which is the nice thing.
Yeah, that is nice.
Yeah, with him, yeah, he's pricey. He's pricey, but other than that, to get a cheap goalkeeper that'll give you clean sheets, that is really, really difficult. Really, really difficult. That's why they're cheap goalkeepers, because they don't give you clean sheets. Yeah, it's a gamble. It's basically you'll have to decide whether or not, I'm not really going to depend on my goalkeeper for points, or clean sheets rather. If they get me, bonus points in terms of, saves and whatever, great, but it's the rest of my team that I'm looking for points at. Then fine, do that. Get the cheapest goalkeepers, get your Dubravkas, Areolas, and your Turners or whoever. But I think that's where you'll have to weigh the option and say, hey, you know what, which one is going to work for me. So yeah, otherwise, if you decide to take an expensive goalkeeper, you better hope they give you some clean sheets, because you spend that money, you better get your money's worth it.
No, agreed, bro. Agreed, guys. Like, I think enough said on that topic. There you have it, your honorable mentions in it. Who you most likely better and safe with when it goes to the goalkeeping department. I think let's move on to defense. Looking at the top 6 here, predicted points from game week 17 to game week 20. It's really people who also performed. Trent, he's coming hot. So that's pretty cool, pretty good. But the thing is, he's gone up in price. Trippier is not going to be playing game week 17, but he's still second there. Levi Colwell, interesting. Virgil van Dijk scored just recently, and then Fabian Schär, I think, is a definite safe pick, and Axel Disasi, he's been like a person who has been pitching for Chelsea a lot. I'm surprised though that these are the 2 Chelsea players who are highest predicted points. I thought I would have seen Thiago, just based on the fact that he's usually making the appearance. But I think Levi Colwell is a good budget enabler. if you're not gonna go for Sanchez in the defense. But for me, to be honest, bro, I don't know about going for Chelsea defenders, bro. I would just double up in the Chelsea attack. I wouldn't. Maybe I would go three. Actually, I would go three because I got my wild card. But I would go. I would go double up in the Chelsea attack. I don't trust anyone in the defense there to really give me a high ceiling in points. Yeah, and then
nobody in the defense has really shown that they're capable of getting that many points. And I think probably the only reason is, like I said, they're not getting clean sheets, so there isn't really anybody to speak of. I mean, probably the only reason why Colwell is there, he's cheap, and I think he's had an assist this season. So he's probably had more points than Thiago Silva for the season. And you know what? For this game, Colwell was on the bench as well. So, you know, it's going to be a gamble picking him as well, you know, now. So you don't know whether he's going to be on the bench or starting or not. So relying on somebody like that is, you know, it's a bit tricky, you know, especially if you're just going to have, you know, literally just three defenders, you know, supposedly three defenders in your team going for a 3-5-2, and your other two defenders are pretty much weak. It's, you know, it's dangerous. So yeah, Chelsea are not looking that good, you know.
And you know, even though
you know, as you know what, when you pick defenders, you want defenders that play game, you know, every week, basically. That's what you want. That's the best defender for you. Plays in every week. You know, people like Saliba and, you know, Trippier, those type of guys that you know, of, you know, Van Dijk, that you know no matter what they're gonna play. You know, unless if they're seriously injured. You know, not what's going on at Chelsea or even what's going on at United. You know, so yeah, it's with defenders. You just like in the real game, in real life, in football, you want to have starting backline that plays in every single week, you know, so that obviously they can bond together and so forth. And I feel like for me, that should be the same in the FPL. If you can pick players that are going to play every single weekend, then at least you're sort of like assured of those points. You know, at least those 2 points. Yeah, you know, if they get a yellow card, they get a yellow card. But or if they get a clean sheet, great. But at least they gotta play and get you those 2 points. If you're now going having there to stress about, hey, is this guy gonna play or not? Oh crap, man!
So who do you think who's not here is honorable mentions? I think also mainly from an Aston Villa team, Tottenham team. You know, I think we've mentioned Pedro Porro and Udogie. I think they're definitely people we can go for. Newcastle, I think those are the 2 people. Livramento, if you're gonna go for a budget enabler. I mentioned.
Yeah, I think Aston Villa. Yeah, but with Aston Villa, same again. They don't keep a lot of clean sheets, so it'll be just strictly just to pick somebody you know that plays in every weekend. You know, like a Pau Torres or Ezri Konsa. You know, and then you at Spurs.
Oh, they got Brentford coming now, and that's a Brentford without an Embuemo. So
exactly. So I think the attack is not even that point. I mean, geez, Brentford played Sheffield United and they didn't do that well.
So I think they can get a sheet.
It was an away game, but still, you know, you would think that they will be able to handle Brighton away from home. At Brighton, not Brighton, sorry, at Brentford's home. So
no, but that's what I'm saying. I think Aston Villa will get a clean sheet. I think so. I think they'll get a clean sheet against Brentford. away. Well, actually, Aston Villa's been performed badly away. They perform badly. Aston Villa.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. But that's why I feel like for the next game week, rather go for even Spurs is playing away. Oh, this is terrible. This is terrible.
Who's Spurs playing?
Spurs are playing Forest away.
I
mean, Forest are not doing that well. I mean, when Forest play at home,
but when they play at home,
yeah, they're a good team. They're not a bad team. They're not a good team. They're not a bad team. Let me just say that.
But Romero's proven that. Romero, in fact, bro, has been returning almost every single game week. You know that?
Yeah, he's not the same Romero that was under Mourinho getting yellow cards, and the same Romero that was under Conte getting yellow cards and red cards.
He's not the same.
He's become more dependable now. So
no, not Romero.
But
sorry.
I think anyway
Pedro. Sorry, man. Pedro Porro.
Pedro Porro.
Pedro Porro.
Yeah, I mean,
game.
Yeah, he is, but he says that he's pricey. He's 5.2.
Well, bro, you gotta stop paying. Either that or you didn't.
I know.
Cash, eh?
Nah, I don't know. At Spurs, look at it this way. At Spurs, you got two options. It's either Porro or Udogie. The thing with Porro is that, he's the type of guy that is the supplier, the assister, takes set pieces, that kind of guy. Udogie, he's the one who makes the runs into the box, those dangerous runs into goal-scoring opportunities. Just like how he scored against Newcastle. It's why? Because he's making those runs, looking for those opportunities. So depending on what type of player you like, you could go for either or, So yeah, just like with Porro, you'll have to pay for that much. With Udogie, I mean, yeah, he's not that expensive, cheap. But yeah, he won't score you a lot of goals, but you never know with it. You never know. Just like today, who would have expected him to score? For somebody like that, that's a differential. Porro got an assist today, so 3 points, but 6 points is better than 3 points. But yeah, it depends on what type of player you want to have in your team. But yeah, for me, I would go for Udogie simply just to save some money, so I can obviously use the money elsewhere. But yeah, at least with Porro and Udogie, they're starting no matter what. They always do, unless if they're injured, right?
Yeah. So who's another guy?
Them, yeah.
I think is also safe and also performing is Tavernier from Bournemouth. I think he's a worthy mention. An odd worthy.
He is.
Yeah.
He is. But I saw his stats, his FPL stats. He only returned in like 3 games this whole season. So,
recent games.
He's okay. He's okay, bro. He's okay. I mean,
yeah, but
it was United that really.
Remember, they're playing Luton next, and then they play. Yeah. I think they will play Forest, and then they play another. Like they the top of the fixture ticket, bro. They, yeah, man.
Yeah, look, yeah. Well, he's a midfielder, so he's a midfielder, and I think he's only 5.3.
Is he a midfielder?
Oh.
No, he's a defender, man. Tavernier. The right back. Is it the right back or the left back? I think he's a left back.
No, he's a midfielder now.
Really?
Yeah. Wait.
From Bournemouth?
Yeah, he's a midfielder.
What?
He's 5.4. I'm telling you. Yeah.
No wonder the guys say.
So, there you go. So, look, at Bournemouth, he's probably the only guy you'd really look at because he takes set pieces as well. But like I said, he's a midfielder. So, yeah, he's a midfielder. Yeah. So when it comes to defenders, yeah, you don't have that many options. So it's just strictly try and go for defenders who you know are going to play week in, week out. I mean, right now, you can't even trust Arsenal defenders. The way they're leaking in goals.
Bro.
It is ridiculous. It is seriously ridiculous, you know.
They've literally become a city where they'll leak one. They'll leak one
exactly.
goal.
It's you know, from a team that was so defensively strong for you know, not so long ago. Now they're just leaking goals so easily, and to make matters worse, they're not scoring that many. Yeah, sure, they scored 4 goals against Luton, but that's because they were under pressure and so forth. But I mean, if they were probably leading 2-1, there wouldn't be a real push to actually go score a third goal or anything like that, right? So, yeah, if you look at most of their games anyway, except for the Sheffield United game where they won 5-0 or something like that, and Nketiah scored a hat-trick. Other than that, there wasn't really a high-scoring game. So even they are disappointing.